Good morning, UPBOptionMillionaires.com, April 7, 2015. It is a Tuesday, and stock futures are trying to build upon yesterday's move to the upside, and we're pulling back a little bit here from the morning highs, but we still are well above the jobs report low that we hit on Friday. Jobs report came out, we collapsed almost 1%. Reversed course yesterday at the open, and then moved higher. A pretty sharp, dramatic move, and we're consolidating here. Looking for a move to the upside. Something to keep an eye on, though. Last Monday, we soared over 300 Dow Jones Industrial Average points. And then the following day, Tuesday, we collapsed, hitting a low after the bell. It was a pretty nasty week, following a nasty week before that, where we were down 4 out of the 5 trading sessions. So something to keep an eye on. Can we hold these gains? Can we hold this move we had up on Monday and make a move up towards record highs? The U.S. dollar index is bouncing a little bit this morning. I still like the fact that it's off the Fed minute highs. Federal Reserve came out, took the patient wording away, but has not really led to much appreciation in the U.S. dollar. And if you look at the jobs report, really, if anything, pushes out expectations for a rate hike from the Federal Reserve. So we can see the U.S. dollar start to weaken further from these levels, and I think supports here at 95. We might bounce there and continue to the downside, which could put a bid under crude oil, which had a nice bounce yesterday. You can see it's moving up to the highs that we saw in the middle of February. I'm not so sure that this is just a consolidation here for a move to the downside, a bear flag. But we'll see. Time will tell. And look at gold futures. Gold futures putting in my estimation, some sort of a topping pattern here, at least in the short term, going back to the end of last year, the start of this year, and now where we are today, putting in some sort of a head and shoulders topping pattern. We have the neckline here at the lows. And I think a break below that will send us down to 1,000 on gold futures. So now let's look at Twitter. Twitter's, again, beautiful flagging pattern here, flapping in the breeze, and I'm looking for a break up over $55 in the short term. You can see support. I talked about this as one of the stocks to watch in 2015, and it has not disappointed. Moving significantly to the upside. I think there's a lot more room to go here for Twitter. Also talked about Garmin to start the year, a stock that I did not like. And look what it's done ever since. Pulling back, hitting lows yesterday about 44. And I said that would be my target as far as downside is concerned. And sure enough, we bounced. And you can look at yesterday's action. Once we got into the 44s, we had a significant bounce off the lows. Beautiful move up, perfectly timed. So if you look, patience paying off here. Had you listened at the start of the year when I said it was heading to $44, and sold out, you did pretty good, as it's beautiful reversal candle. I'd almost debate going long here, Garmin. We'll see what happens. JP Morgan Chase upgraded this morning, again, in the channel again, and I like a breakout over 62.50 for JP Morgan Chase. Also, Morgan Stanley talked about a look for possibly some $38 calls this week. Goldman Sachs could break over 200 this week. This morning is basically flat, but I love the fact that it's over support and off the lows of February here, kind of flagging here for a move up, and at 197.50s or something I look for as the call, short-term call contracts. GoPro continues to work its way off its early March lows, and you can see the move up it had yesterday. Had a nice pullback. Once it tried to get to the $45 level, that seems like a tough nut to crack, but I do think when it does break, it could be as soon as today. It's going to head to 50, and then 55, we're going to see a nice short squeeze. The likes we saw back at the end of 2014. Let's look at Google, because I think Google is telling you it wants to head lower here. It's broken below the 550 level. Maybe it'll come back up and kiss it before it heads down to $500. I do think this is a stock that's going to head to new record highs. Maybe we have to wait till the earnings report coming, or maybe we have to wait till the summer. But at some point, Google's going to make that move up to all-time record highs, but right now is not the time to be going long, as we've broken long-term trendline support, and I'm looking for a move down to 500. Not sure I'm going to trade it yet. We might, again, get a bounce up to 550. Another stock that's been bouncing recently, Priceline, got back up in the channel. Remember the move up it had earlier this year up to long-term trendline resistance. I talked about a pullback. We came down $125. Now we're bouncing at a strong day yesterday. I look to continue that today. Maybe we'll get back up to this 1266 level on Priceline. Let's look at energy. I was talking about this big break, and we're getting it. We're getting two lines coming together, a beautiful break above long-term trend line resistance, so let's get to move over 80. A lot of it's, again, got to do with crude oil. USO has bounced off its low here, And if you look, the mid-February highs are where the price could meet some resistance. So we'll see if we get up to that level. Let's look at a couple other stocks here this morning. SSYS, if I type in the right ticker, would be recognized. And there you go, SSYS. Below support, trying to make its way back up to 55. We'll see if that happens. But its little sister, DDD, look at this. The support has been holding, kind of clinging to it like a magnet. I've been talking about this for a while. Long-term trend line support here. And look at that move we have off of it. Beautiful candle. And I think this is the start of something good. A move back over 30 is certainly within reach this week. So if you're not positioned in DDD, I might be looking for some $30 calls. Let's look at a couple of other stocks here. Let's look at Tesla, which broke out in a big way yesterday. You can see it was at support. What a beautiful move up it had. Breaking this long-term trend line that's been acting as resistance. I know Bank of America is out yesterday. They've just been continually bearish on the stock despite of its run-up. I mean, they were even more bearish at its highs than they are now. Their target was initially at 39 when it was 150. And now it's up to 69, so their target keeps going up, but the stock goes up even further. And this big break here for Tesla, to me, tells me that this stock is setting up for a move in the short term up to 225. All right, UPB here, optionmillionaires.com. Finally, let's get into Apple, and then we'll call it a day. I'll see you in the chat room. Apple, a big break of long-term. I shouldn't say long-term. It's been going back about a month and a half, but it feels like a long time since Apple hit its record highs. Another big break here. Big break. So looking for a move over 130 in the short term. Apple is up pre-market this morning. Again, I'll see you in the chat room at optionmillionaires.com. What a great day yesterday. Looking forward to another one today, everyone. Take care. Goodbye.